वृंदावनचारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे जय गंधर्विका गिरिधारी गौर हरि जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रमयी जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, 27th chapter, 45th verse. आ रहा है? आ रहा है ना?
प्रेजेंटेशन मोड राइट,
ये कुछ तो हो गया है।
बड़ा करना है क्या?
ठीक है, लीव इट, इट्स ओके। ओके, डन, गॉन।
तो उधर ही चला गया।
आ गया, आ रहा है, इट्स ओके। ठीक है प्रभु, इट्स ओके। So, this is a chapter where the Lord Krishna is. This chapter named Lord Krishna Instruction on the process of devotional service. So, let us recite the sloka. Satvar Satvar Uchach Vachai Sotraha Satvar Uchachai Puranay Prakritairapi स्तुत्वा प्रसीद भगवन् स्तुत्वा प्रसीद भगवन् इति वन्देत दण्डवत् स्तैवैर् उच्चवचैः स्तोत्रैः पौराणे प्रकृतैरपि स्तुत्वा प्रसीद भगवान् इति वन्देत दण्डवत् स्थावैर् उच्चैः सूत्रः पौराणे प्रकृतैरपि स्तुत्वा प्रसीद भगवन् इति वन्देत दण्डवत्. Anybody wants to recite? उच्चैः स्तोत्रैः पुराणे प्रकृतैरपि प्रसूत्वा प्रसीद भगवन् इति वन्देत दण्डवत्. स्तवैरुच्चवचैः श्रोत्रैः पौराणे प्रकृतैरपि प्रसीद भगवन् इति वन्देत दण्डवत्. त्वयि उच्चवचैः श्रोत्रैः पौराणे प्रकृतैरपि स्तुत्वा प्रसीद भगवन् इति वन्देत दण्डवत्. स्तुत्वैरुच्चवचैः श्रोत्रैः पुराणे प्रकृतैरपि स्तुत्वा प्रसीद भगवान् इति वन्देत दण्डवत्. So, translation: the devotees should offer homage to the Lord with all kinds of hymns and prayers, both from the Puranas and from other ancient scriptures, and also from ordinary tradition. Praying, "O Lord, please be merciful to me," he should fall down flat like a rod to offer his obeisances. We'll read the next sloka as there is no purport. So next sloka and translation: placing his head at the feet of the deities. Is it? Presentation में कर दो. Duplicate.
There is a presentation.
It's going?
Exactly what is that?
Okay. 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 So next sloka, placing his head at the feet of the deity, he should then stand with folded hands before the Lord and pray, "O my Lord, please protect me, who am surrender up to you. I am most fearful of this ocean of material existence, standing as I am in the mouth of death." Next sloka, praying in this way, the devotee should respectfully place upon his head the remnant I offer to him. And if the particular deity is meant to be sent away at the end of the worship, then this should be performed. The devotee once again placing the light of the deity's presence inside the light of the lotus within his own heart. Next sloka, translation. Whenever one develops faith in me, in my form as a deity or in other bona fide manifestation, one should worship me in that form. I certainly exist both within all created beings and also separately in my original form, since I am the supreme soul of all. Purport by the disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The supreme personality of Godhead is worshipped according to the faith of a particular worshipper. The deity form Archa is specifically mentioned here because the deity worship is especially for the spiritual progress. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur mentions that inexperienced person may think that deity is meant for the sense gratification of the worshipper. Since superficially the deity is made of external substance such as marble or the brass, but through the process of installing the deity by the chanting of the authorized mantras, one invites the supreme personality of Godhead to enter the deity form. By regulated faithful worship, one gradually understands that the deity is completely non-different from the Supreme Lord himself. At this stage, one, on the strength of the deity worship, one rises to the second class platform of devotional service. At this more developed stage, one desires to make friendship with other devotees of the Lord, and as one becomes solidly established in the community of Vaishnavas, one completely gives up material life and gradually becomes perfect in Krishna consciousness. We'll just recite some sloka for the praying the gurus. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuruntam Menam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpataru Vescha Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'm grateful for getting the opportunity to be with all of you again after some time. I think some few months ago I was here. It's very nice to see the so wonderful devotees coming here together, serving together the Lord, chanting together and hearing with so enthusiastic manner the glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here in this sloka, in fact, I was being told to talk about deity worship. So for last few months we are going through the Navadha Bhakti process. So we have completed, I think we have completed all. This is the last DT worship. We are not going to that sequence. Okay. So this is the chapter wherein Krishna himself is speaking to Uddhava about how we should worship him, right? How we should perform the deity service. So these are wonderful slokas when Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. So here Krishna is telling three things. If you see the sloka, there are three things are there. In those three things, first he is telling that we should offer prayers to Krishna from the ancient scriptures or from tradition. Or second thing, what is that? That we should pay dandavat to the Lord. We should offer the prayers, we should pay dandavat to Krishna. And the third thing, we should accept the remnant and put on our forehead. So this is the process of devotional deity worship. In fact, when we see normally, we see like deity worship is like a devotee, the pujari who is there on the altar, he is doing the different paraphernalia he is offering to the Lord, and that's the deity worship. But here Krishna is telling that's not only the deity worship. When we offer prayers to Krishna, when we go to the temple, we offer prayers to Krishna, that is also a form of deity worship. When we give, we do dandavat, that is also a form of deity worship. And when we put the remnant on our head, that is also deity worship. So we sometimes become envious, like see the pujari, he is so closely serving the Lord. But at the same time, if you see, Krishna is so merciful. It's not that in Iskcon, what we do in Iskcon, like who do the second initiation, who is a Brahman Diksha, who is taken, that only person can do the deity worship. But Krishna is so merciful that he is telling not that only. When you are offering dandavat, when you are praying to me, when you are accepting the remnant, that's also kind of deity worship. So when we see that in that our own home, like in a home and the temple, when the Krishna is there, Krishna is the master. Right? The Krishna is master, Krishna is the Swami of that place. So anything is done for his pleasure, that's also a kind of deity worship. That's what it is said. Like we sing in the morning, when we do our Mangala Arti, Sri Vigraha Radhana Nityanana, Sringaratan Mandir Marjanado. So that means when we do Mandir Marjan, that when we cleaning the temple, when washing the temple, that is also a kind of deity worship. So that is the glory of the deity worship. Is not that those who are standing doing the offering to the Lord, that is deity worship. The deity worship is like when we do all these things, that's also a kind of deity worship. So we'll see how the offering of the prayers, when we pray to the Lord, Lord becomes very pleased. Actually, Srila Prabhupada has told us like what we should do when we go to a temple, when we go in front of the deity, what we should do, what we should tell to the Krishna, what we should tell to the deities. So Prabhupada told two things. One, we should never go to the deities empty-handed. When we go to a temple, we should carry something in our hand. So in the initial days in Iskcon, when the devotees were new, so Prabhupada has told like when we come to the temple, we should carry something in our hand, some offering for the Lord. So they used to just pluck some flower. At least we should go along with the flowers to offer to Krishna. And then another thing what Prabhupada has told, that when we see the Lord, we should offer prayers. So what are the type of prayers? The different prayers are there. Like here in this sloka, Krishna is telling we should offer the prayers from the scripture. Or from the tradition, whatever tradition is there, that's also is mentioned. In the tradition, whatever the prayers are there, you can offer to me. Prabhupada has told we should offer prayers from the Srimad Bhagavatam. The great devotees, what they are offering prayers, which we see, the Kunti Maharani is offering prayer. We see the Gajendra is offering prayer. The most powerful prayer in the Bhagavatam is the Gajendra's prayer. Then Dhruva Maharaj is offering. So many prayers are there. And in addition, we see like that Acharyas, the Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, there's so many Acharyas have written so many beautiful, wonderful songs glorify the Lord. So these are the prayers we should offer to Krishna. These are bona fide prayers. We should not concoct our own prayers, in the sense we are not pure. So anything coming out of a state which we are not pure, that will also be not pure. So when we see these devotees are so close to Krishna, so when Krishna is staying in their heart and from there it is coming something, it is also pure. So when we offer those prayers to Krishna, Krishna becomes very, very pleased. So that is the way we should offer prayers to Krishna. So in this regard, I will just talk about different pastimes, what devotees performed with the Lord, and how Lord reciprocated. In the sense, when the devotee goes to the Lord, Lord is not somebody just like that. It is the image is there, as something is like marble, is something like made of wood. That is our eyes. If we are not pure, we will see the deities who is not different from Krishna as a material. So, but that's not the fact. The fact is, ye athamam prabandante tam tathai bhajami ham. As we approach Krishna, Krishna reveals himself to us. He manifests himself to us. Then the realization comes from our heart, like who am I, who is Krishna, and what my relationship with the Krishna. So it is very, we see so many pastime of the Lord with the devotees. From time immemorial until today, it's happening. It's only that we should be pure enough, we should be qualified enough to perceive and understand those reciprocation of Krishna which is happening. Because many a times what we see in our life, something has happened, we say it's just like that has happened. Like somebody was telling, if you remember something which has happened in last few years, for example, you're very, very close to the death. Right? I was going by auto and then just like a car came. It was about to hit the auto. But somehow I was saved. And I was so much overwhelmed that Krishna has protected me. It happens, right? Many times it happens. We go by bike, we go by two-wheeler, we go by four-wheeler, and it happens. And we become so much overwhelmed, oh, Krishna is protected. But at the same time, after some time, we'll forget. So many, we forget that after some time. So Krishna is manifesting. To what extent we are able to perceive that reciprocation for Krishna, that is our realization. That is our purity. So Krishna is always there to help us, always there to protect us, always there to give shelter to us. So in this regard, there is different pastimes which has happened. So one is like in 12th century in the Tamil Nadu, there is a famous devotee, the Kambardas, who has written the Kamba Ramayana. You heard about that Kamba Ramayana? So the Kamba Ramayana was written by Kambardas. So he was a nice, wonderful devotee. He used to read the scriptures. So he used to read the scriptures, Mahabharata, Ramayana. So one day the Lord inspired him to write his own Ramayana. So he started that, and then as a service he started doing it with his full heart, and then Lord inspired him. He could able to write eventually 3,000 verses. So after writing the 3,000 verses, he was thinking like, who is going to read this, my Kamba Ramayana? So it has to be authorized. It should be bona fide. Then only somebody could read. So somebody told him like, you should go to Chidambaram. Chidambaram is a place which at that time was like scholar Brahmanas used to be there. So you should go and give it to them, let them read, give their feedback, and then it become authentic, it become bona fide. So he approached them along with his copy of Ramayana. And then they said, okay, you give it to me, we'll see. So after some time, maybe around 3 months, he again went there. He asked, what happened? Could you able to read? Well, no, we are very busy. We couldn't read. So after coming back, he was just thinking what to do. Then again the Lord inspired, now today you go. Again. Now today, all these 300 Brahmanas used to be there. They will be there at the cremation, the field of cremation where cremation happens. Because one of the Brahmana has lost his son. So you go there and offer your Ramayana to them. So he does the same thing. The Kambar Das, he went there in the cremation, it was happening, and one of the Brahmana has lost his son. The snake bite has happened, and then the son died. And they were just crying. They were very, very in the very sober mood. They were there sad. But then that Kambar Das goes there and he offers, please take this book and read. So they become very upset. Like he insisting, please take and read. So they becomes upset. Okay, it is so, you are so much faith in your book. Then you do one thing. You recite your Ramayana and make this boy get up, who has died already. So he had faith. Kambar Das was had faith. So he opened his Ramayana and then he started that portion of the pastime of the Lord where the Nagpas, that Meghnath released Nagpas to Lakshmana. Lakshmana becomes unconscious. Right? So that pastime he started reciting. And he was just reciting. After some time, after completing the recitation, He was having a full faith that it will happen. So after completing the recitation, they saw that one black cobra comes and he just took out suck all the poison from the boy body and just goes, and boys get up. And then this Brahmanas become so much overwhelmed with the joy and then so much faith for this person's Ramayana, is how much powerful this Ramayana is. Just by recitation this has happened. This is a miracle. So they started paying their obeisances to him. Now, so he became very popular, that book became very popular in Chidambaram. But then he came to know, okay, these are Saivites. So what about Vaishnavas? Vaishnavas also should accept this. So then somebody told, you go to Srirangam, there is a lot many Vaishnavas are there serving Ranganatha Swami. So he goes there and he gives his book again to offer the books to his Ramayana to him, them the Vaishnavas which were there. So they started reading. Now these are the Vaishnavas, they are reading these scriptures for generations. So they were just reading, going through, and then they saw that in this Kamba Ramayana there is a pastime of Lord Narasimha also is there. Now they become like, how is it Lord Narasimha pastime can be there in Ramayana? Right? So they thought, this is not right. It should be there in Narasimha Puran, it can be there in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, how can it be in Ramayana? Then Kambardas told, no, my Lord inspired me to write, I have written. I don't know what is there. But they were not agreeing, this is okay. So you do one thing, we have got a Narasimha deity in the Srirangam temple. You go there and recite this Ramayana to Narasimha, and if Narasimha becomes satisfied, happy with your recitation, then he will make us realize that this book is an authentic book. So what happens is, like, he started reciting that portion of Narasimha Leela which is there in front of Lord Narasimha. And then after reading the place comes where the Lord Narasimha is calling Hiranyakasipu. And when he started reciting that portion, that time a loud noise came from the deity. And then whole Srirangam city could able to hear that sound. And then this Vaishnavas realized, yes, yeah, really, this Narasimha is satisfied with this Ramayana. And then he has become bona fide, scriptures become bona fide, Kamba Ramayana has become bona fide, accepted by all the devotees. So today also, if you go to Srirangam, there is a place in the temple where they say Kamba Mandapa. And a Kamba Mandapa is the place where this recitation of Kamba Ramayana was done by this Brahmana to the Lord Narasimha. And there is a beautiful picture, inscription is there for Lord Narasimha, where Lord Narasimha is raising his hand and dancing pose. So it is said, like, this is the way when the Lord become happy, Lord reciprocate with his devotees. So Narasimha became happy, and that reciprocation is put there. If you go to that place, you will see still the picture is there. But Lord Narasimha was dancing, was hearing that recitation of his pastimes. And that way the book became bona fide. So again, coming back to the our shlokas, the 3 shlokas what we recited in the beginning, in the starting of the class. It is said, like, in the purport, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling, कि initially a devotee having a little faith, with a little faith he will start worshipping the Lord. And when the beginning stage, he also thinks that this Lord is made of wood, marble, or some brass. So they are just like that. But Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tells in the purport, when we perform our deity service in regulated way, slowly the purification comes in our heart. And when the purification comes in our heart, we start finding the Lord is non-different, the deity is non-different from Krishna himself. And then further if you progress, that is called second stage, that was mentioned in the purport, that is second stage. Then further if you progress further in your service to the deities, a stage will come when you relate the Lord, the deities, not only to Krishna, but with all the devotees of the community are the part and parcel of that same deity. So all the devotees are the part and parcel of the same deity. So you can expand the deity. In the sense, deity is not only Krishna. Krishna is, it includes the devotees also. And in that way, you can relate with the devotees much more closer. So when we see like the Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari and Uttama Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikari goes to temple, relate with the Lord only. But the Uttama Adhikari is one who goes and then relate not only with the deities but all the devotees also. So that is the way the progress happens. And what happens further, when we relate with the devotees, our relation with the devotees becomes much more stronger, become much more closer with them. And when we become close with the devotees, our devotion to Krishna further increases. And that is the process continues. And then we could able to develop much more faith in Krishna. And what is that faith in Krishna? That developing the very strong faith in Krishna is what? Is that to realize that we are in precarious situation in this material world, and there is the urgency is required to change our situation. That is the type of faith when we serve the Krishna in the form of his deity. That's what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is telling. By serving the deity, we can gradually progress in our devotional service and reach to the stage where we can dedicate our life to Krishna. That's the process. So when we see in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Rupa Goswami is mentioning that out of 64 angas of bhakti, the 5 things are very important. What is that? That sadhu sangha, nam kirtan, bhagavat sevan. Then Mathura was Sri Murti Shraddhaya sevan. So serving the sadhu sangha, associating with the devotees, nam kirtan, doing the nam sankirtan, and then Bhagavat Shravan, hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then what? Mathura was staying in Mathura, and Srila Prabhupada said Mathura, staying in Mathura means staying in along in association with devotees in the where the center of Iskcon is there. That's also Mathura was equivalent to that. And then Sri Murti the Shraddha Sevan, serving the Sri Murti, the deity in Shraddha with the faith. So that is very important if you want to progress in Krishna consciousness, and that's what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also is mentioning. That's the way how we gradually, by serving the deities, we can enhance, we can go much more close to Krishna. So we see how long time is there? 6:15. Okay, I'll try. So as we see, as I was telling in the beginning, in the history of Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, we see so many devotees are there who has direct relation with the deity of Krishna. The deities were speaking to them. Why to Gaudiya? In the sense, the devotees of the Lord, the Vaishnavas, we should say that way. So we see many temples. We'll discuss about the Vrajdas Swami temple also in this our Kanchipuram, where the devotees used to speak to Krishna directly, right? And the same thing is there in our parampara also, in the Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara also. So there, where the multiple devotees, many devotees, they were having relation with Krishna. They could be able to develop that type of relation. So this is the time I'm talking about is the 16th century, when the Muslim attacked the Vrindavan, and they were just plundering the temples, breaking the deities, and their only one job was to break the temple and break the deities. So what happened is, like, many of the deities, they were being taken away, they would be hidden in some different places to protect them, and then they were taken to Jaipur. So in Jaipur, there is a king, Hindu king was there, he was powerful, they were not attacking there, so it's a peaceful place. So the main deity of the Vrindavan, the Rupa Goswami deity, Radha Govindji. So Radha Govindji deities were there in the Jaipur, along with so many other deities also, deities of our acharyas. So the king that time, the king who was there, he became very much attached with the Radha Govindji deities. And then this Radha Govindji deities were installed just inside the palace. Have you seen? Seen? Oh, good. How many of you have seen? Oh, nice. It's very nice to see those deities of Radha Govindji. And then as you come out of the palace, you'll see the other deities are also there. Radha Govindji temple is there. So the deity was so wonderful, the king becomes so much overwhelmed with the deity, seeing the deity, he started getting much more involved in serving the Lord, the Govindji. And he is, most of the time he was involved in serving the Govindji, serving, performing his seva there, doing kirtan there. So by seeing that, those who are the pujaris there, the mahants were there, they become little scared. Ki what will happen to me? Oh, this king was my person. I only have done all the things I was doing. Now this person is going somewhere else. So they become little, what do you say? Yes, Mataji? Fearful. Insecurity, yeah, that's a good word. So they become little insecure. So they started doing some conspiracy against the deities. So they started talking like, these deities are from the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, and they are like Radha and Krishna together. But this Radha and Krishna is never married. How they can be together? We can have Lakshmi Narayana. We can have Ram and Sita. They Ramanandis. They were Ramanandis basically. So Ramanandis are worshipper of Lord Ram. So they are telling Ram and Sita can be together. Lakshmi Narayana can be together. How the Radha Krishna is never married? They can be together. So it's so much pressure they created that Radha and Krishna was separated. The Govindji was alone and the Radharani was kept separately in another room. And then started spreading that this our Gaudiya Sampradaya is unbonafide, is not a bona fide, not authorized Sampradaya. Because these four Sampradayas which are there, they are having their own Bhasya, but this Gaudiya Sampradaya, there is no Bhasya is there. Because they are not authorized, they are new. So this type of things were just getting spread all over the different places. So devotees become very distressed. The news came to Vrindavan, and Vrindavan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was the leader that time, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And he was become very much disturbed. But he was little old at time. He was not in a position to travel and then do the debate with this Ramanandis. So he called his most prominent disciple, Baldev Vidyabhushan. Please come and go and make the things straight, make the things clear, make the things straight in the sense resolve all the issues which is going on. So Baldev Vidyabhushan came to Jaipur, and there he explained, giving the so many scriptural evidences from different scriptures. He told Radha and Krishna are married in presence of Brahma. And then he told like Radha and Krishna in this Leela, they are in Parakya Bhav. So to increase that Parakya Bhav, the mood of that, they are in the revealed scriptures is not mentioned that they are married together. So by giving those different references, he could able to prove that Radha and Krishna will be together. This is authorized form of worshipping the Lord together. Radha and Krishna together. And that way the Radha Krishna again put back. But then they told, see, you people are not authorized parampara. Where is your Bhasya? Because there is no Bhasya. Every Sampradaya is having Bhasya. Where is your Bhasya? So then Baldev Vidyabhushan told, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has mentioned that Vedanta Sutra, natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhashya in the sense there is a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So each Sampradaya is supposed to have their own Bhashya on the Vedanta Sutra. So he told, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told, on the Vedanta Sutra, the commentary is Srimad Bhagavatam. We did not write anything else. But they didn't agree to that. They told, no, it's not acceptable. So then he told, okay, give me 1 month's time. These Ramanandis become very happy. 1 month. Nobody can write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra in 1 month time. Or you can get from somewhere, you go. So 1 month time was given. And with Baldev Vidyabhushan become little, what to do now. So he went to Govindji and he prayed to him, please guide me, inspire me, what should I do? Well, Govindji told, you please go, start writing, I will dictate. So he started writing, and he was just writing what he is hearing from Govindaji, and he was just writing. He could complete the whole Bhashya in 1 month's time. And then he brought his Bhashya and he showed to the people there. You see, I could able to complete this. And when they read, they saw what is written, it's so wonderful. Nobody can write in 1 month such a complicated commentary on Vedanta Sutra. They could not able to read also. They could able to read some portion. And they could able to understand this is the bona fide. And then Baldev Vidyabhushan told, yes, this is spoken by Govindji, that's what I've written. And that's the name. That's the reason the name of that Bhasya is called Govinda Bhasya. So that way he could able to protect the glory of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, and this become authorized Parampara. So that is the way the deities reciprocate when we surrender to them. When we take their, when we get inspired to serve them, deities reciprocate to us. That's the way it happens. So there are multiple pastimes of the Lord is there like that. Similarly, another very nice pastime which has happened is like Ramanujacharya. So like Ramanujacharya was in young days, he was there in Kanchipuram, right? He used to stay in the Kanchipuram. So Ramanujacharya is not different from Anantases, right? Anantases is incarnation, Ramanujacharya is incarnation of Anantases. So what is Anantases is doing? He is constantly glorifying the Lord. Eternally is glorifying. And he is not repeating a single sloka. The one sloka to next only is going, without repetition. So that way we can understand like how the Anantasesa is glorifying Krishna continuously. So when the Ramanujacharya was there young, he was serving in Kanchipuram Vadraj temple. So he used to bring the water from the well for the deity, Vadraj Swami. So while doing the seva, he used to recite the slokas, the different songs he used to sing. So he was just keep doing his seva. So devotees who are there, they could hear like this young boy is able to recite such a wonderful slokas, how it can be like that. So after some time they told, why don't you sit here and then start reciting, start singing the glories of the Lord. So then he started doing that, same thing. And then after some time, lot many devotees used to come and the Ramanujacharya used to recite the glories of the Lord. And he just keeps reciting. And the devotees were becoming so much happy hearing that. But this Varadara Swami became a little disturbed. What is this? All the devotees are sitting there and I am just standing here on the altar. Because if you see, Varadara Swami is standing, right? So he became disturbed like, what is this happening? But he was also hearing that. So one day he thought, I should also go and sit and hear. So he started going. So once he come out of the altar, he has to cross the door. So he was just crossing the door, then he was stopped by the guard there. The Jaya and Vijay is standing next to on the door. Okay, Lord, what you are doing? You are going to that place where there is glorification happening. The moment you will go, so much commotion will happen. Everything will stop. So everything will stop. The Lord is, yeah, that's right, what he is telling. So you go back to your altar, stand there and hear from there only what Ramanujacharya is doing. So that is the pastime the Lord is having with his devotees. And then we see so many pastimes of the Lord Varadara Swami is having with his devotees. We see Kuresh and other devotees used to be able to talk to the Lord directly, face to face. And that is the kind of, what we say, that is the kind of relation a devotee can develop with the Lord. And Lord is not different from himself. Like it is said, like once Srila Prabhupada is training his disciple. So disciple was giving a class and Prabhupada was sitting there. So he was speaking like deity, Krishna is there in the deities. So Prabhupada heard that. Then after the class he asked the question, can you please explain which part of the deity Krishna is there? So that devotee become perplexed. What is the answer now? How to answer? So Prabhupada told, it's not that Krishna is there inside the deities. Krishna is the deity and deity is the Krishna. So there is no difference between deity and the Krishna. Similarly, there is no difference between Vadaraj and the Lord, Krishna. So that's why we see so many pastimes of the devotees with the Lord, and Lord directly inspire and reciprocate with the devotee. There is another very wonderful pastime what happens in Srirangam temple. So there is another very famous Alvar, Tirupan Alvar. Now Tirupan Alvar was born in very low family, very poor family, right? So he don't consider himself qualified to go inside the temple, because he was thinking like, if I go inside the temple will get impure because I'm low born. So what he used to do, he used to go out and he used to sit near to the Pushkarni, next to the temple, near to the Pushkarni, and he used to recite the slokas glorifying the Lord. And he used to become so much absorbed in his glorification that he used to forget what is happening everywhere else. He became fully immersed in that, and he was keep reciting the slokas, glorifications, songs. He's keeping whole. That's the way he used to live. What happened one day? The chief priest of the temple. Normally, what the practice is, the morning he will go and take the water from the Puskarni and he will do Abhishek for the Lord. So one day morning, when the priest, his name was Lokasaranga, he came, he wanted to fetch the water, but somehow or other, there this Tirupan Alavar was sitting and he was so much absorbed he could not see that this person, the priest, has come to fetch the water, and the Alavar was just keep singing and absorbed in Krishna's thought. But this person, the Lokasaranga, he become little upset, like it's getting late and he's not moving from on the way. He's sitting at the gate of Puskarni. What to do? So he just took some small stone and just threw on the Tirupan Alva. Now it hit the very delicate part of the Tirupan Alva, and then blood started coming out. And then when the blood started coming, he could able to open the eye and then saw what has happened, and he just moved from there and he asked for forgiveness. You please go ahead with your seva, please take the water. So this Lokasaranga, the priest, took the water and then went back to the Lord. Now in the morning, altar was closed. So he tried opening the door of the altar. It was not opening. He just went for the side door. He again tried. Again it was not opening. So he thought something wrong has happened. He started praying to the Lord. Please, Lord, please help. Means let me know what I should do, what the mistake I've done. So Lord spoke to him that you have made a mistake by hitting the person, my devotee. I was sitting there hearing the song what we are singing, and you just hit him, and blood is coming. If you go and bring that person here, then only the altar will open. So he went. This Lokasaranga went to the Tirupan Alva, and he asked, please come, Lord wants to see you. He told, how can I come? I cannot enter the temple, I am impure. The temple become impure. So he just went, the priest went to the Lord, Ranganatha Swami, and told, this is what he's telling. No, I don't know, listen anything. You please go, carry him in on shoulder and bring him. Without let him not put his leg on the feet on the altar, on the temple. So the Lokasaranga ran and put the alvar on his back and brought him to the altar. So once he brought they all came near to the altar, the door got opened. When the door got opened, because this Tirupan Alavar, the first time he was entering the temple, he was taking the darshan of the Lord. The darshan, when he saw the Lord, he saw so much opulences Krishna revealed to him. This was not shown to the Lokasaranga. He couldn't see, but the other person, the Tirupan Alvar, he could able to see the Lord in such a wonderful manifestation. All the things he was able to, glories of the Lord he was able to see. And when he saw, he became so much overwhelmed. He started telling the Lord, after seeing this form, what I can do, what is there for me in this material world, what I'll do in this material world now. I don't want to see anything else than to your lotus feet. And he requested the Lord, I want to come closer to you. So Lord told you, come. And then he went to the altar and then he disappeared in the lotus feet of the Lord. That's the pastime of the Tirupan Alvar. And today also the place is there where the Lord, God disappeared in the altar. And then he has become, his name was given, Muni Vahanar. Muni Vahanar means a person who has been carried by a Muni. Muni means the priest. So priest has carried him, so his name was given Muni Vahanar. So that is the type of the relation a devotee is having with the Krishna. So these deities are not simple deities. When you go to a temple, we see such a wonderful form. They are wonderful, but are materialized. But they are really wonderful if you go much more deeper into them. Become mature in our devotion service, then we could able to realize the way we see that Tirupan Alvar could see the Lord, the same Lord which we are also seeing, but he could able to see everything is there, and he requested, Lord, I want to be at your lotus feet. Now coming back to our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was there in the Mayapur, he was performing his pastime. So this is another pastime where because these all things I related with old time that our Lord is Govinda. So I was telling the Gaur Nitya Gauranga Mahaprabhu was about to take sannyas. 3-4 days was remaining. And there's one person, Gauridas Pandit, who is staying near to the Navadha. There's a place called Ambika Kalna. So Ambika Kalna is a place where the Gauridas Pandit used to stay. Now Gauridas Pandit was a great devotee of God Nitai. So before going to Puri, in the sense before taking the sannyas, God Nitai thought, means Gauranga Mahaprabhu thought that I should go and meet him, because I will go now. So they went to their home. So when Gauridas Pandit saw that God Nitai has come, Nityanand Prabhu and Gauranga Mahaprabhu both have come, he became very, very happy. So he started serving the Lord, and then Lord told him that now I'll be taking sannyas. In next 3 days I'll be taking sannyas, I'll be going out from here. And he became very, very overwhelmed, very, very grief-stricken. The Lord will not be there with me, I will not get association of God Nitai now further. So he started praying, the Lord, please don't go, don't leave us. So Mahaprabhu told, okay, you do one thing, you make the deities, make a God Nitai deities, life-size deities of a neem tree, and that deity will be non-different from me. So even if I go, they will be there as if I am there. So now Gauridas Pandit was a devotee, he is very intelligent. He told, okay, so if it is like that, you be there, let the deities go. If deities are non-different, then let the deity go, you be here. They told, okay. So the God Nitai deities they made and they put on the altar. Now this thing happened. So God Nitai, okay, then I'll be here, let the deities go. So God Nitai went to the altar. This God Nitai, the Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu, they went to the altar. And then they become the deity there, and the deities came out. They started going. So when they started going, then Gauridas Pandit, no, why you are going? You please be here. You be on the altar, why altar you should not leave? So they, again the wooden deities, they went to the altar. And the God Nitai started coming out, they started going. So this time happened, multiple times it happened. It happened such a way that the Gauridas Pandit forgot like who is the original God Nitai, who is the wooden deities. So this way, like if he could not able to make out like who is who. So finally God Nitai came out, he told, now you choose whom you want. So Gauridas Pandit selected, this God Nitai will be there with me, now you please go. So they left, and then Gauridas Pandit started serving those two lords. He could able to speak to them, he could able to make nice preparation daily and offer to the God Nitai, his beloved Lord. He used to recite scriptures. So all these things were happening, and this is the way he lived his life. And now also their descendants are still worshipping. If you go to Mayapur, we go to Navadha, there is a place Ambika Kalna around. If you come from the Calcutta to Navadha station, just I think 3-4 stations before, even half an hour before reaching the Navadha, there is a Ambika Kalna place. And there you take the Mahaprabhu Bari is the place where these deities are still there. Still will be worshipped by the descendant of Gauridas Pandit. So this is the type the Lord reciprocate. The same Lord, the Lord who is there in the Srirangam, the Lord who is there in the Kanchipuram, the same Lord is there. So we see so many pastimes of the Lord where he can reciprocate with his devotees, and then we can correlate with them. And then when we correlate with them, when we relate ourselves with these devotees and the deities, then only this perfection of life happens. So that's the reason in Iskcon we see Prabhupada told that the Grihastha should have the deities in their home. So in Iskcon we see the God Nitai deities are there. Most of the Grihastha people are serving. Mataji is having, this also maybe having. So the deities are there, wonderful. At the same time, there are two processes how we should serve. One thing what we saw just now, like if you serve the Lord will reciprocate with us, and we will be able to develop relation with Krishna in the form of his deities. Another thing is, so how we should serve, that also we see. So in the Iskcon, the two processes are there. One process what is Panchratri ki Vidhi, the rules and regulation for serving the Lord. So we should serve the Lord following those rules and regulation. But at the same time, is a Bhagavad Vidhi is also there. So what is the Bhagavad Vidhi? What we are hearing here for the Navadha Bhakti. The 9 processes which is starting from Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing and chanting. So from there it starts. So these two, Prabhupada says, this Navadha Bhakti, the Bhagavad Marg and the Pancharatrika Bhad is like 2 track. The train goes in both the tracks. So when we chant nicely, then we could able to serve the deities nicely. When we serve the deities nicely, we could able to chant nicely. Or we can engage ourselves in this Navadha Bhakti. So this is the parallel process. And by doing this parallel process, continuously with the guidance of our spiritual master, our authorities, a time will come, we will also able to feel the reciprocation of Krishna with us, reciprocation of the deities with us, reciprocation of God Nidai with us. So it is all the mercy of the Lord is available. We have to access that mercy, and then mercy will become accessible to us when we put our heart in our service, put our heart in chanting of His holy name, put our heart serving the devotees, put our heart in doing the seva for pleasure of the Krishna. And that's the way we can make our life successful. So that's what I was trying to serve all of you by just trying to speak something on the topic given to me. I hope it helped. So if any question, if anybody is having, can ask. Yeah. So I could able to finish in your limited time limit, 6:50. It's okay. Continue. So many pastimes are there. So many wonderful pastimes are there. So like, if anybody is having question, can ask. Otherwise, we'll discuss some few things more as per the store. Yes.
I want so much developing bhakti. Just wanted to know that is it for better development in spirituality and bhakti, shall we first develop a sort of relationship with Krishna? Like, shall we think that Krishna is Krishna in some form? Like Krishna is, I want to develop a bhakti like he is my son, or a relationship like my friend. Some sort of relationship we should develop first, so that we progress in spirituality, or it should be first we should do the deity worship and then automatically the relationship will come.
Mother, it's a very nice question what you ask. What we should do first, like how do we know what is our relation with Krishna? Like we see different bhavas we are there. We are the Vatsalya bhava, we are having Sakhya bhava, we are having Dasya bhava, so many bhavas are there. But what is my relation with the Krishna? So what Srila Prabhupada says, when we follow the process, what Prabhupada has told, a day will come when our eternal relation with Krishna will be revealed to us. So as of now, we don't have to worry about like what is my relation with Krishna, because even if you imagine something, because since we are not pure, our imagination will also be not pure. So it may be like mental concoction what Prabhupada is saying, that type of word he used to say. So better to follow the instruction, do the seva, by serving the deities, by serving the devotees. Slowly a day will come when we are able to realize our relation much better way than what we are doing now. So gradual is a gradual process. So we have to follow the instruction given. Now Srila Prabhupada has told the 4 regulative principles we have to follow. Chant our round, whatever the minimum round we are having, the 16 round is the standard. Read the scriptures, associate with devotees and serve the devotees. That is the process. By doing this process, a day will come when our eternal relation with Krishna will be revealed to us. So we don't have to worry about. We just do this process, what Srila Prabhupada has told to us, everything will happen. And we have seen that is happening. Right.
It was so nice talking about the past times when deity reciprocate. It was very touching, Prabhuji, because I have deity at home, and as Mataji said, the best relation which we can do with Lord is serving. So we don't know any other relation, but we know like we are the servant of the Lord. So with that relation, if we are serving the deities, deity really reciprocates.
Yeah, that's what Prabhupada has told, that our relation with Lord is, as of now, is a dasyam. Our relation is dasyam. In the dasya bhava only we to serve the deities. Krishna is the king and we are his servant. Krishna is the supreme lord, we are his part and parcel, and we have to serve him to again re-establish our lost relation with Krishna. That's all.
Explain some pastimes of Jagannath deities.
Yeah. So that's very nice actually. In this age, the Lord has appeared in the form of Jagannath and then Kauranita. So I just said like Jagannath is not different from Krishna. And how he has become in that form? Because Krishna is there in Dwaraka. And then he is being taken to Vrindavan. And then Krishna is remembering all those things what he has done in the Vrindavan. So in that bhava, it is in Mahaprakash bhava. In the Mahaprakash bhava is the supreme merciful bhava of Lord Krishna is in the form of Jagannath. Because Jagannath is going to see his devotees. He is very happy mood now. Because he is remembering all the pastime with his sakhas, with his gopis and gopas, and he is remembering now I am going to do the same thing. Like you are there in some place and we are going to a native place. So I am become very happy. Now I am going to my own place. So that is the form of Krishna. That's the form of Jagannath. And then Jagannath, that's the reason his eyes are very big, the hand is inside, and then he is in the form which is very, very mercifully, he is there serving the means. And when we pray to Jagannath, Jagannath is in very happy mood and he becomes very happy by prayers. And that's the reason so many pastimes which are there, the Jagannath manifest with his devotees. And the same time, there is a Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is also there in the Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the bhava of Radharani, in the mood of Radharani. And then he is searching for Krishna as a devotee. So there is one side is a Mahaprabhu searching for in the mood of Radharani, searching for Krishna. And here is the Krishna in the form of Jagannath searching for his devotees. So that is their searching. And that's the reason it says the Vipralamba Kshetra. The Puri is also called a Vipralamba Kshetra. Because Krishna is searching his devotees, and then his devotee, the Mahaprabhu in the form of Radharani, who has Radharani mood, in mood of Radharani, Mahaprabhu is there, he is searching for Krishna. So both are complementing each other. So that's the reason we see so many pastimes when the Rath Yatra happens, like Mahaprabhu is reciting so many slokas, nobody could able to understand what he is singing. And then the Rupa Goswami is there, he is hearing that and he could able to make out what is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this mood is Radharani's mood. So some mundane song which was there at that time, ki, oh my Lord, you are there, I am here, I am feeling separation. So some is like some boy and girl is just singing, but that's not the same. This is the Mahaprabhu is singing from Jagannath. And he could able to understand the Rupa Goswami and he could able to write that. And when Mahaprabhu goes to his Rupa Goswami's place, he could able to say, oh, you could able to make out what is there in my mind. The Rupa Goswami is so empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the reason he is the descendant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The mood of what Mahaprabhu wanted to give, it has come out through the six Goswamis. Mano Vishtam. Yes. So, pastime of Jagannath are so many in fact. Like one pastime is just recently before the Puri Rath Yatra was there. So I was just reading. One devotee was there, Salabeg. You must have heard about Salabeg, right? No? So Salabeg is a long story, but so Salabeg, I will make it short. So Salabeg is a great devotee of the Lord. How he became devotee in the sense, I will not go into that detail, but he was so close with the Lord that Lord used to play with him. And he used to do so many pastimes. So once Salabeg went to Vrindavan and he could able to realize that now is a time that Rath Yatra is going to happen in 1 month. And he wanted to attend the Rath Yatra because Salabeg was not able to go inside because he is a Muslim by birth. He is not actually Muslim. His mother was a Brahmin, which was forcibly married to a Muslim commander, and then the Salabek came, and the mother cultivated the son in a way that he became such a great devotee. So Salabek was there in the Vrindavan. He wanted to attend the Rath Yatra, and then just 1 month before he could able to realize that Rath Yatra is going to happen. So he started running. I want to see the Lord. So he was just coming, but somehow or other, like a day has come and the Rath Yatra is going to start, and he couldn't able to reach. He was still little far. Then what happened? Jagannath came out on the Rath, and then he goes a little distance and the Rath Yatra, and he stops there. He stops there. He's not moving. The lot many effort has been put, but he was not moving. He was just there. And then the Salabek comes. And then when the Salabek comes, he sees the Lord. He becomes so overwhelmed. The Lord is not gone because of me, waiting for me. And he started writing so many slokas. He started reciting those slokas. And then still, if you go on the way to Rath Yatra from the Puri, our Jagannath temple to Gundicha temple, there is a place where the Salabek, where he came and saw the Lord. So that is the way the Jagannath reciprocate with his devotees. They're still there. You can go and see. And recently, the pastime which has happened, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I think you all must be knowing. Like Rath Yatra was going, Rath Yatra, the Puri Yatra was going, and then it is on the way only the Bhakti Vinod Thakur's house was there. And that time Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very small. And then Rath was not moving in front of his home, he was just staying there. And the mother of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, means Bhakti Vinod Thakur's wife, she brought the small baby, and then he brought in front of Jagannath. And the flower garland fell from the Jagannath's neck, and it fell on the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then Rath started moving. So, lot many pastimes are there. So, it is very nice hearing those pastimes speaking.
Prabhuji, Radha Govind deities, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Radha Govind deities in Jaipur, but in Vrindavan also.
Yes.
So I was trying to ask them also Pujari, but I didn't understand that answer.
Actually, as of now, the only deities which is the original deity which is still there in Vrindavan is Radharaman deities. Because Radharaman is small, they could able to hide Radharaman. All other deities are not the deities which are there actually at that time. There are similar deities who are there now, and we worship them. Because temple, Radha Madan Mohan temple is there, Radha Govindji temple is there, but the deities are there in Gokulanand temple is there, Radha Gokulanand temple is there. So the deities are there in the Jaipur, and still the similar deities have been put because the temple is still there. In fact, it is said like Radha Gopind temple, they plundered the temple. The temple was so high, they broke the temple. It was 6-7 floors were there, so they broke the temple. If you see now also, it doesn't look like it is a temple. It's just something, some structure is there. It's so wonderful. Go inside, but then it is like deserted. In a sense, it is said like for some few hundred years they were using it as a mosque or something, and then separated after some time they left the place, and then it's become the temple again, the Radha Govindji temple. So, in fact, today is the Loknath Goswami's disappearance day. So, Loknath Goswami's deities are the Radha Gokulanand deities. So, if you have visited Vrindavan, you would have visited the temple. And the Puspa Samadhi of Loknath Goswami is there next to the temple outside in the courtyard. And then Loknath Goswami is a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before taking sannyas, he told that I will be coming to Vrindavan, you go now. So he told Loknath Goswami to go to Vrindavan, I will be coming. But somehow or other, after some time, instead of going to Vrindavan, he went to Santipur, and from Santipur, after taking sannyas, he went to Puri. Because mother told, I want to see you frequently, you don't go to Vrindavan, I could not able to see, you go to Puri. So here the Loknath Goswami went early to wait for Loknath Goswami, means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu went to Puri. So all these things, when he could able to hear, Loknath Goswami become very sad, like now Mahaprabhu will not come. Then after that, we know that Mahaprabhu went to South India. So when Loknath Goswami came to know that he is going to South India, he started for South India, Loknath Goswami also. But after going to South India, then Mahaprabhu came back, he could not meet. Then Mahaprabhu again went to Vrindavan. Then Lokanath Goswami started coming to Vrindavan. Now I'll meet in Vrindavan. But unfortunately, when Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan, Lokanath Goswami was not there. When the time Lokanath Goswami reached, Mahaprabhu just left Vrindavan also. So, and he went to Prayag while coming back. So Lokanath Goswami became so sad, like I could not able to meet. He was started going to Prayag. So then in the night, the dream came, you don't go anywhere, you be here only. I am here in the form of his deity. So that way, the Lokanath Goswami stayed there, and then he, one day it is said like one Brahmana came and he gave deities to Lokanath Goswami, and Lokanath Goswami that Radha Gokulanand deities, and he was started serving. And then after some time, when the Rupa Sanatan, this Goswami, Rupa Sanatan 6 Goswami came, our Lokanath Goswami also started living with them and become very happy in their company. And the very famous disciple of Lokanath Goswami is, who is that? Narottam Das Thakur. And there is another pastime how he was the only disciple and he was not ready to accept any disciple. So Narottam Das Thakur did lot of service such a way that he becomes so much overwhelmed to that, okay, you can be my disciple. So that is the way this Lokanath Goswami stayed there in the Vrindavan for many years. And we see that Narottam Das Thakur is such an exalted devotee. So we can make out how much exalted Lokanath Goswami must be. It is said like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, before writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, he came to all the devotees who are there, the senior devotees, to take their blessings. So he met Lokanath Goswami also. So Lokanath Goswami gave his blessing with a condition, you please don't mention my name in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because this is the type of humbleness they were having. Nowadays, like, oh, my name is there, very good. My name should be there everywhere. Now he was telling, please don't put, if you want my blessing, then don't write my name in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that's the type of humbleness, the type of purity. We see that Narottam Das Thakur songs, how much purity is there in the songs, touches the heart. So that is the way that today is the Disappearance Day of Lokanath Goswami. We should pray to have that type of faith, that type of faith in Krishna, faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the type of relation he was having with the Lord. We should also be able to develop in our life. So thank you very much for.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have one question.
Yeah.
Many times we start worshipping deities. So, like how to know if we are worshipping them properly? Like even though there are rules and regulations mentioned, sometimes we, because of our immaturity, we may not be properly worshipping them. So how to know that whatever we are doing to service to the Lord is like He's accepting? And many times we see that devotees will be giving the deities because of some incapability of serving. So like how we can avoid such a situation in our lives, that we don't have to come to that and we can serve the deities throughout our life.
The only thing what I can just say is, like, we should, whatever we do, even though before starting the deity worship, we should take the permission of the spiritual master, take the permission of the authorities, and in their authority, in their shelter, we should do whatever is required to be done. Many a times it happens, like it becomes regular while serving the Lord in the morning, in the evening, we take it casually, become like monotonous. So that's the reason Srila Prabhu said we should hear daily. We should hear the glories of the Lord, the glories of the deities, the glories of deity worship, and keep reminding what we are trying to do. So it is said, now be present in this moment. So since our mind is just flickering all the time, so when we are doing offering, then we think something else. Then we say, "Arey, offering ho gaya, abhi to we are thinking something else." So only thing is, like, keep hearing the glories of the. We should refresh ourselves again and again and again what we are trying to do. So it is said that the devotees, difference between an ordinary devotee and a great devotee is the only thing. Whatever they are doing consistently. Jai. So whatever they are doing consciously. That's only difference. because we can do seva in the temple thinking something else. But a devotee, the same seva he can do in a way that putting a full consciousness in that seva. Whether it's a cooking for the deities or the sweeping the floor of the Lord or making garland for the Lord. If you can, I was just hearing like one devotee was mentioning, I just recently one video came, in that video he was mentioning so nice. I was doing, he was telling, I used to do the seva I was to clean the plate where the offering is done to the Lord. So that plate comes, the chapan bhog, and so many vessels, so many this small bowls and the glasses and this and that. So I used to clean it. I have to make it shine. Then the altar and the towel will be there. So I have to clean that also. So many is like this thing. When some devotee came and told, "Oh, Prabhuji, you were so fortunate. This is the plate which the Radha Gopinath has just drank. He just ate. This is a towel which is used by him to clean him. The Radha Gopinath has used this towel to clean himself." So this makes a lot of difference. The work is the same, but with the consciousness what we are trying to do. So that makes a difference. In fact, even if Janmashtami is going to come next month, so we everywhere do the seva, right? Everywhere do the seva, whatever seva is there. But when we do the same seva with consciousness, yes, I am doing for the pleasure of Guru, pleasure of Krishna, pleasure of devotees, then same seva is purifying. Otherwise, it's like a routine job. Whether it's a chappal seva also, if you do with that mood, yes, I am doing this seva for my Guru, to please my Guru, the same seva becomes liberating to us. So keep always in mind, because mind is very, very mundane. We are for millions of life, we are with this material world. We just simply forget whatever happens, whatever we hear. So we keep reminding ourselves daily wise. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to maintain our consciousness, proper consciousness while doing deity worship. So I hope that's the way it should be. That's the challenge, Prabhu. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. If you have some more questions, you can take some time. You can meet Prabhuji after the class, after the program is over. So we'll thank Prabhuji for this wonderful session with all the beautiful pastimes of the Lord and the Lord his deities and his reciprocation with his devotees. We thank Prabhuji with loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji. So now is the time for the activity.